Welcome to another financially fabulous episode. I'm Limor, and while I'm not a financial planner, I'll show you what I've learned. In today's episode, I've got my friend Kate from the YouTube channel Fun and Fulfilled. We're going to be talking about quitting your job. Come on, this will be fabulous. I am super pumped and excited to have my girlfriend here, Kate, from the YouTube channel Fun and Fulfilled. Awesome channel. You should totally check it out. I'll link it up below. But Kate and I were chatting the other day over a glass of wine because that's what we do. And we were talking about quitting your jobs. And a question that comes up a lot is, how do you get rid of your job? So I was hoping we could talk a little bit about that today.
Yeah, that would be great. I think, for me, I get that question relatively often because I have an Etsy shop, I have a YouTube channel, I have a blog. So I have kind of other things that I do in my free time that are sort of above and beyond my traditional 9-to-5 job.
Yes,
and
high five for that.
yeah, and I get, questions around, are you actually thinking of transitioning towards making that your full-time job? What does that mean? What are the real considerations that they should be keeping top of mind when they go through deciding when is the right time to make the jump, if the jump is right for them?
No secret, I left my full-time job in October of 2015, which was just over a year ago.
When your entrepreneurversary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Just recently, my entrepreneurversary.
We'll think of something more creative.
Yeah, no, I love that. It wasn't something that I had anticipated when I first started working on multiple streams of income. And I think that's part of the big lesson and why my leaving the corporate world was a little bit different than the way a lot of other entrepreneurs maybe do it. Not that there's a right way or a wrong way, but sometimes they'll be like, okay, I have this really great idea, and so I'm gonna quit my job and I'm gonna start this venture and I'm gonna chase my dreams and I'm gonna do all these great things. Whereas for me, it started out with, okay, how do I start to make my money work harder for me? I started investing in real estate in the middle of 2013 and started by taking a whole ton of classes and spending a whole ton of money, to work with mentors in the industry and be able to have investments that are generating passive income. So, every single month I get that income. And for me, it was almost like once I got a taste of the fact that I could generate passive income without having to go to work. It didn't necessarily make me lazy, but it just made me feel like, hold on a second, there's another way. Because my first year that I was really heavily invested in real estate, I worked so hard to get my year-end bonus, and relatively speaking, I was like, oh, I could have made this in a real estate deal, and that took far less time. Lots of people say to me I'm ready to quit my job, I hate it, I'm so upset. I think the best thing to do is to take that energy and channel it into how do you start to make more money on the side so that quitting your job isn't just like, okay, I'm done. You live off your savings for 3 months and then you're like, crap, what do I do now?
And one thing that I try to keep in mind, and this applies to even if you're switching jobs and if you're still working in the corporate world, is that it's best to not be making a change because you're moving away from something. It's better to be moving to something else.
I love that.
And I think you could even see it the same way. It's not even just, I hate my job, I want to get out of it as quickly as possible. It's more around, what do you want your life to look like? What is that about? What are you going to be adding and bringing into your life, and kind of really embracing that?
That brings me to our tweetable today. Quitting your job can mean putting unhappiness behind you. And that's really what life is all about, right? We want to be happy, right? None of us really want to be in a place where we're drudging and going into work every day. We want to find those things that really make us happy.
Because when you're doing something that you love, it doesn't really feel like work. And wouldn't it be amazing if more of us kind of felt that way?
One of the questions that I get from people is okay, how much money should I have saved up? How much of my income should I have replaced?
What's the formula?
What's the magic number? What's the, details that I need? And I'm going to say, I'll give some guidelines, but it's different for every person. For starters, you want to make sure that you, understand how much your life costs you. And I know a lot of us have our head in the sand. We're like, oh, roughly, approximately. But if you're seriously thinking of leaving your job, you need to figure out exactly what that number is. And also take into consideration, are there times of the year where that number is maybe not as steady? You basically want to know how much money you're going to need every month. And then you need to get to a place where at the very, very least, your new streams of income are covering your expenses. And then what I recommend is also then have, so I would call that almost like plan A. But you also have to know that whatever that business is, that it's on the way up. So if that's not even happening, don't even think about quitting your job. But when plan A is in place, you want to make sure you've also got plan B, which is a pretty hefty either emergency fund or just like backup fund. You want to make sure basically that you are in a place where you can sleep at night.
Another thing I think to keep in mind, so, obviously there's the financial angle, but then there's also just the time angle. So if you were to have full-time hours to put towards it, could you see incremental growth? Why else are you trying to get those additional, say, 8 hours a day in to work on whatever it is? So I think that's worth kind of actually incorporating into your plan itself.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with even having a plan or a transition, and there's no reason why you can't even maybe work as a contractor part-time for the company that you're leaving because you've already got all the training and the experience. So is there a way that you can set up the transition? So Kate and I have a challenge for you today. We were talking about this before, is writing a resignation letter. So when I first started investing in real estate, I didn't think I was going to be leaving my corporate job. But once I got to a place where I knew that was something I was going to be doing, I wrote out a resignation letter and actually I hung it up in my bedroom at home. So
and that's empowering.
Really felt like I was taking my career and my destiny, my life in my own hands.
And that's financially fabulous.
That is so financially fabulous. So for all of you out there who are considering leaving your jobs, maybe you want to write yourself a financially fabulous resignation letter. Okay, we're freaking awesome.
I know. I love how we just peppered in the financially fabulous.
No,
I feel like
so
I'm
great.
so on the train.
Ladies, thank you so much for watching. We hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, we'd love it if you'd subscribe down below. Leave a comment if you've got any questions for Kate or myself. I will also link up her YouTube channel. And if you liked this video and you learned something, would love it if you come on over to limor.money where you can learn more about becoming financially fabulous. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you next time. Till then, stay fabulous. No,
Only we could just wear suits. And I know we could just wear suits all the time, but men, I think, do kind of luck out in that sense.
But if I could trade, I would never, because men never get to be beautiful.
There's no red satin suit out there. Or Don Cherry has one, and I wouldn't want to be wearing it.